Controversy continues to trail the reported inclusion of Nigeria Revenue Service Chairman Zacch Adedeji in President Bola Tinubu's 2027 re-election campaign structure. Development has drawn criticism from opposition figures, with former Senator Dino Melaye reportedly heading to court to challenge the appointment and question the involvement of a serving public official and head of a major revenue-generating agency in partisan political activities.
Well, let's also mention to you that while supporters may argue that political participation is a constitutional right, critics are questioning whether such involvement could affect public confidence in the neutrality and independence of government agencies. The development has also renewed debate over where to draw the line between public service and partisan politics as Nigeria moves closer to the 2027 elections. Joining us to discuss this, we have one who speaks, of course, the truth, and one who also bears it all. We have Mr. Akin who's joining us here live in the studio. Thank you so much for being here and taking time out on the public holiday to join us.
Great to have you join us. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. And also joining us, we have to look into the legal aspect of it, a legal practitioner, Chieftain of ADC. Mr. Kalu. Kalu is here as well, but I'm sure he's joined virtually. Morning, Mr. Kalu. All right. Thank you so much.
Happy Salah.
Okay, is it?
Okay, I don't.
Is it
Mr. Bash can help us.
Is it?
Idil Maulid.
Idil Maulud.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Maulid.
it celebrates the significance of
the
birth of the Prophet Muhammad. Peace be unto him.
Okay. All right. I mean, Binga has more insight into that as well. But welcome, gentlemen. This is going to be a very clear conversation to have, and we wouldn't want to waste any further time. Let's start off in the studio first with Mr. Bash, and then we'll come to you, Mr. Kalu, to look at the aspects, the legal aspects of that. Mr. Bash, I'm sure you've seen the pushback, especially from Nigerians, and we've seen some responses coming from members of the APC. They've been talking, okay, fine. Some have not said anything. But when you saw that list, what was your take on that?
Anyway, the choice of who does what rests squarely with the party. And I believe that the party must have put into consideration various factors to determine who should make the list. So it's a list I concur. So.
Okay. If you concur with the list, do you understand the argument of Nigerians about certain persons who make the list? I'll start with the NRS boss, the NRS chairman, Zacch Adedeji, who also now happens to be the deputy director of fundraising for the APC. Do you understand why Nigerians are pushing back on that?
When you say Nigerians, I've always said that here. I mean, I don't think we should just generalize some Nigerians. Because why some Nigerians are saying that they have issues with it, there are other Nigerians that do not think there's anything wrong with it.
Do you think there's anything wrong with it?
Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, and I'm going to explain that.
Okay.
In the first place, Adedeji is a member of a political party, APC specifically. And Adedeji didn't come into office without his background as a financial expert, even before he came into governance. And in choosing him, APC must have considered his background. Clearly, here was a guy who was at the age of 30-something, was a commissioner for finance. And over time, he has been in politics. Beyond that is the fact that he's highly respected as far as networks and connections are concerned. So if you were in my own position, would you go out there for somebody who you cannot vouch for his competence?
So is it that there's no other person that they could vouch for his competence within the party?
There are so many people anywhere in any profession, all right? But the choice of who you give an assignment to is your personal decision. And you must have good reasons for doing that. There are so many journalists in town, but the choice of who handles a particular assignment depends on who is choosing the person. So I don't think should be any issue about that.
Okay, I would like to bring in Mr. Kalu into the conversation. I mean, Nigerians are saying, some Nigerians, not everyone, are saying that the lines are blurred between politics and governance, that Mr. Zacch Adedeji's agency, Nigerian Revenue Service, is a very serious agency and it's very sensitive. And then by putting him in the same capacity, for raising funds for the campaign, blurs the lines between politics and governance. What's your take on this, sir?
It's very, very funny and very, very disturbing that a taxman for the whole nation has now become a fundraiser for President Bola Tinubu. It is very disturbing. You know, when people come out to national television and push out some narratives, they don't really understand the effects, the negative effects of some of these narratives they push out to the people. You know, when we talk about Nigeria, it's not just about Nigerians alone. We are talking about the entire world. Who would want to come and do business in Nigeria? That a taxman, the man in charge of the revenue of the nation, is now part of the fundraising committee of a political party for a presidential election. What does it tell you? It is a pure conflict of interests. For instance, let me use a News Central as an instance. That is a business venture. And the NRS, formerly known as FIRS, is auditing it for tax payment. And in doing that, the same chairman approaches the management of News Central to donate to the campaign fund of President Bola Tinubu. That becomes coercion. That becomes not just coercion, forcing people to go against their will. But if it were an ordinary Nigerian in the committee calling for News Central to donate, News Central will choose whether to donate or not to donate. There will be no coercion. They will do it willingly or even turn it down. But not when the man who is already auditing you, checking your books, come to you for donation. My brother, even if you don't have, you will go out of your way to find something to donate to that campaign. And in doing that, it has removed that transparency, that neutrality, that independence which that body, NRS, or to Nigerians who do not know that it has changed to NRS, to FIRS, it has removed that neutrality. It has removed that transparency. It has removed that independence. It is wrong. Legally, it is wrong morally. You know, when we have laws, our laws are very clear on the involvement of a public servant to partisan engagement. We have the Code of Conduct law that prohibits a public servant from getting involved on issues that will conflict with his public duties. The involvement of the chairman of defunct FIRS conflicts with his public duty as the head of revenue generation of the nation. It conflicts it. There is nothing you would tell any Nigerian to have a different view about it. Nothing. Nothing. Even the public service rules, France at it. So any person coming here to tell Nigerians that he's a politician, that he got to where he is through political engagement, yes. If he wants to still continue on that trajectory, let him resign from that position and go back to his book. former position as a politician. But as long as he is in the service of the federation, more especially as the one who collects revenue for the federation, he cannot in one breath be collecting revenue for the nation and in another breath be collecting money, raising fund for the presidential fund of President Bola Tinubu.
Okay, Mr. Kalu.
And the Electoral Act also fixed that we should not use government institutions to raise funds for political engagement in any form. Both the Constitution, the Electoral Act, and the rules of engagement of public servants. In all, put them together, read them together.
Okay.
They are against the appointment of Zacch Adedeji as the chairman of NRS. It is illegal and it is unconstitutional.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Kalu. Let's go back to the studio now. You said you've looked at the electoral laws. You said it is unconstitutional. I just want to ask, maybe has the APC looked at the constitution that borders on a public servant, especially one that handles a very major...
Don't worry yourself. I mean, all this emphasis, we should stop it. I heard one of you said a very important agency. I think we need to create a basic platform. Every agency of government is important. The issue here is...
It's sensitive. We're talking of people's taxpayers' money.
Don't bother yourself.
And a new tax law that is
every agency of government handles one thing or the other for purpose of citizens, welfare. So what I'm saying is that the issue here is whether Adedeji, you or any public servant can participate in an ad hoc responsibility. You see, I am not an armchair critic or a contributor. And I expect too that at your own level, before now, you must have gone into the books and see where all those claims is making. Where in the Constitution that says a public servant cannot play politics? Where in the Electoral Act can you say that? Supreme Court has even ruled that civil servants are not excluded from politics. That's another thing. Another point is this. Zacch Adedeji is not a regular career officer. He's a public official appointed for a particular term. So there's no way you subject, the standard rules governing career civil servant with a political appointee. He was a politician before he was put in there. And you see, when you talk about all these, making references here, I would like the gentleman who is a lawyer. There are different lawyers anyway. I mean, if every lawyer that speaks, I should be believed, there will be no need for different lawyers, are defending different subject matters.
Okay, so
what I'm saying is that the Electoral Act, I don't know where it is written, that a government official who is a politician cannot play the role his party assigns him. That's number one.
Okay, beyond the legal ramifications, looking at it from a moral perspective, and also the act of even carrying out his duty. Yeah. This is a full-time job. His job as DG of NRS. And also, the president's ambition to return to office is very serious. So how will he... I can't work in News Central and go and work in Arise Television with the same gusto and the same level of professionalism.
They are different things. No, please. How can you say you can't leave News Central to go and work in Arise Television? What comparison is that?
Conflict of interest?
There's no conflict there.
There is.
There is.
That's an assumption.
It's not as...
No, you see, why are you making conclusions? You're a journalist. You're supposed to listen to people. Why is there a conflict of interest? Can I ask you a question? Can Adedeji still not play this role? This assumed role.
Effectively,
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. His role as a deputy director in a campaign of his party, even if it's not mentioned there, can he still not use his connection? But APC has come into the public. We're engaging this person. There are so many other people. He's not the only one. There are other people in positions, you understand, that are doing this. So why should there be a conflict?
Okay, so...
Excuse me. FIRS is an established body.
NRS.
No.
NRS, Nigerian Revenue Service.
Nigerian Revenue Service. It's an established organization with its code of conduct, with its principle and practice. You understand? Are you saying that because he's now a member of a campaign, which is an adult campaign, all those things guiding the functioning of, you know, what do you call it now, NRS, will not be truncated? Is that what we're saying? He also mentioned that, forcing people, do they even know the modus operandi of the operations of these people? Is there any case that he has forced any company to come and donate? Why are we assuming that that is what is going to happen? These are assumptions I do not see. And for me, Zacch Adedeji must even be on his toes anyway, that nothing must go wrong. You understand? Because now he's in the public domain, that he has a role to play in the campaign. So himself would know clearly, and people would be out there to really look into detail of how they operate. So I don't think there is any conflict.
Okay, so let's talk about, whilst we may not agree on Zacch Adedeji, the optics for a number of people don't look good. And no one is saying that Zacch Adedeji cannot do the job or he's not qualified to do the job. It's the optics as to how it will look that the person who is in charge of Nigeria's revenue is now also in charge of fundraising for the APC's Presidential Campaign Council. It's not a good look, but we can agree to disagree. Let's move on now to Betta Edu. We recall how Betta Edu's ministerial appointment was terminated because of the allegations of corruption. There was an investigation that was carried out by the EFCC, was never made public. Till today, we do not know what the position is. Yet, she's a member of the campaign council. In fact, she's been made she's in charge of women's, I can't remember her particular portfolio, but she's in charge of women, right? Yeah. How do you assess that, especially in a country where we pride, I mean, the previous administration, President Bola campaigned on kicking against corruption. Current administration campaigned on picking up from where President Muhammadu Buhari stopped. And, President Tinubu has said he's fighting corruption, there's statements of corruption fighting back. In a bid to really prove that you're fighting corruption, is it okay to put in your campaign council someone who was accused, who had corruption allegations, and the findings were never made public till date?
Yes, in the first place, I'm going to disagree with you that I don't know where the case is. If you're a journalist, you should be able to know where the case is. I mean, why are you journalists? Why are you investigative? You should be able to know. So where's that?
So tell us.
I don't know. I'm not going to tell you.
So we're telling you.
Listen. No, let me tell you this.
And that means the case is where it is.
The case is where it is.
There's been no movement.
Sorry.
That's the conclusion.
Please,
to ask.
You just wait. When you say the case is where it is, where is the case?
There has been investigation and nothing ever happened.
We're told it's going on.
If they say it's going on,
still going on.
If you don't think it's going on, take that source that told you it's going on. I know quite well that even when you have cases in court or with any agencies, it's not something that ends like that. I don't know the details, but it's not impossible for adjournment, for further investigation. It's a common practice.
Was she ever taken to court? No.
I don't know.
So we're telling you.
If it's not taken to court, why didn't you take them up and say it should be taken to court? Just 1 minute. You're a journalist.
Yes, I like the stories.
Let me say this to you. If it has not been taken to court, what process of investigation is he going through?
EFCC investigation, that's the most that we've heard so far.
If EFCC investigation, what is the conclusion? Has EFCC concluded the case?
No conclusion.
No conclusion. So let's leave that. Let's come back to Betta. Whether the inclusion in the campaign has got nothing to do. And I'll say this.
But she was fired.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. When you commit an offense, there are penalties. Isn't it? Because it was accused, it was removed from office.
What about the state?
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
What about the people?
Just 1 minute. Let's take it one after the other. When somebody offends, there are penalties. So after you have been penalized for the offense you committed, what are you saying? That the person should perpetually suffer the same conviction which he or she has been penalized for? I mean, if your son or your daughter offends you and you punish her for whatever offense she has committed, will you not reject her?
Mr. Bash, 585 million naira moved from government account to a private account.
Yes.
Is that a little thing?
What are you saying? Number one, after she did that, what happened? The first thing was to remove him, which is a penal law, which is a penalty.
What is supposed to follow through?
Whatever is going to follow, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not EFCC. Do you get that?
So is this not rewarding her for her bad behavior?
What do you mean by rewarding her for her bad behavior?
Because she was
removed. Are you suggesting that because...
Okay, if she didn't do anything wrong,
just 1 minute.
should have been
just
left
1
as a
minute.
minister?
Just 1 minute. Are you saying that because she offended and she had
Not offended. She committed...
That is an offense.
Yes.
Offended of... Committed an offense. Yes. She offended.
Okay.
Let me use your language. She committed an offense.
Okay.
And in the first instance, she has been removed from office. That's the penalty. Are you not saying...
That's a party penalty.
Is it party that removed him or the government?
If I still...
Please.
Let me explain.
No. Just 1 minute. Let's
get a lawyer. We're going to go...
Let's get it right.
Yes.
The party was not...
removed.
The government... The government put him in an office. She was a government official.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes, she
was. That's government of Nigeria.
Yes.
Leave party alone. She offended.
Yes.
Because she misused her position. And in the first time, she has been removed from that position.
One.
That's a penalty. Are you not saying because of that she should not live her life again? Are you not saying because of that she should not be a member of a political party?
So Mr. Bash, this is what we talked about when we started the show. So are we saying that people can actually engage in such offense?
Yeah.
And all they get is just
so if your friend if your friend here in NRS television, would that stop you from doing your job elsewhere?
Can I mention in response to that?
If I move anything close to this, I would be in
response to that.
No.
Our duty here is we are a private enterprise employed by a private organization to do job as media. That does not in any way compare to somebody who is serving with taxpayers' money.
What as Betta's appointment in a political party? What has it got to do with the issue you're talking about?
It has a lot to do.
What has that got to do?
It reflects a lot about the party in itself.
Leave
Let's bring in our guests.
Please, leave that reflection. Yeah, leave that reflection.
Also,
who? Ngozi Olejeme, who was criticized, NSITF from 2020.
Committed an offense as well.
Look, why are you interested in the way a party manages its business? That should not be of interest to you.
Especially because the party is the one that is the incumbent and the ruling party. Let's have Mr. Kalu respond. You've heard his position regarding Betta Edu, Ngozi Olejeme. Let's hear your response.
In Nigeria today, there is this cliche that once you join APC, your sins are forgiven. That is exactly what is playing out in Betta Edu and Ngozi's case. Because all the crimes committed by these two Nigerians till today, nobody knows anything about these cases. And it doesn't surprise me. I don't say it doesn't surprise Nigerians because that cliche still stands in Nigeria today, that once you join APC, your sins are forgiven. That is exactly what is playing out. Imagine if these two individuals are in the opposition political parties. Imagine what will be their fate today. RFI that was picked up since February this year is still in detention, languishing in jail, and somebody's case was established. Somebody's stealing was established, and by Mr. Akin's saying this morning that the first punishment was to remove her from office. Which means the government of Bola Tinubu knew they actually stole, and high government officials were named in that controversy. Until today, nobody hears anything about it. That's to tell you the kind of government we run. They don't care about what Nigerians feel. If you're a criminal, you are part of us. Whatever social vices you are known for, you are part of us. Why wouldn't it be like that? Till today, the man at the helm of affairs, Bola Tinubu, till today, we are asking him to show us his primary school and secondary school certificate. Till today, he has not brought it out. So what do we expect from such a government? So it is not left for Nigerians a decision and pay these people back in their wicked ways. These people are wicked. Very, very wicked. And I repeat, it's very, very wicked. And when somebody is talking about Mr. Zacch, that there is nothing wrong in his appointment into a committee to raise funds, do you know why you bring people into such committee? First of all, to identify people that have the capacity to bring money. And this is a man that has the data of all rich Nigerians in his palms. He knows all the rich Nigerians in his palms, their contacts. So with such data in his disposal, he can reach anybody in the country. So using government facilities, government resources to generate funds for a private individual, that is wrong.
But
that
Mr.
is why
Kalu,
the
Mr.
Code
Kalu,
of Conduct Act.
But Mr. Kalu, if you can hear me, Section 40 of the 1999 Constitution states that everyone has the freedom and right to, associate. You have the right to be part of a political party. You also have a right to create trade unions. Also, you have rights to engage in personal collective interests. So doesn't that also shield him? Because he has his freedom, according to Section 40. And there's a case of Balarabe Musa in 2003, where the Supreme Court also ruled that, he has his right to associate. He has his right for freedom to engage.
No. Some of these provisions you people read or bring up, they are not absolute. They are not absolute. The same Constitution that made provision for Code of Conduct has a provision that says once you are a public officer, you should not get involved in activities that will bring a conflict of interest. You read it holistically. And this one, in our law of interpretation, once there is a specific pronouncement on an issue, it overrides the general provision. This issue of a public servant, the Constitution says, do not get involved in any activity that will bring conflict of interest. And in this case, what is the conflict of interest? You are a taxman. You are a fundraiser. There is a conflict. Using the state resources to generate funds for a private person, it is wrong. Even the public service rules also France at that.
But there is no confirmation that is using public funds to be able to fund the party.
I will tell you now. If Zacch wants to go to a meeting in Abuja today, will he arrive? Is it not on his official car that he will drive? Is it not state resources? If he's flying from Abuja to Lagos to attend a meeting, is it not state resources? The data at his disposal, when he will open the data, will you be there to monitor when he will open the data to know the rich Nigerians that are within his net and approach them to fund the campaign of Bola Tinubu? Despite that,
thank you, Mr. Kalu. I want to bring in.
It's a common knowledge. It's a common knowledge that if you are indebted to me, the possibility of you singing my praises is very, very high. And we are saying, do not allow yourself to get involved in such conflicts.
Okay,
and if
Mr.
you want
Kalu,
to do that,
just to
resign your position.
Mr. Kalu,
resign your position and join the politics.
Before
do not conflict this issue.
Just to highlight.
And hold on, sir. When we talk about electoral level playing ground, this is one of them. How can you be using government resources, government infrastructure to generate funds for a particular candidate, where the other candidate do not have such facilities. At that time, we have already tilted the electoral playing field in favor of a particular candidate.
Okay.
In this instance, Bola Tinubu. And we are saying, legally, it is wrong. Morally, it is wrong.
Okay, so we've looked
how
at...
can an investor, a foreign investor, who is planning to come and invest in Nigeria, will hear that the man that will be auditing me, the man that will be assessing my tax obligations, is the one generating revenue for the presidential candidate of a political party. It is wrong legally.
Mr.
Kalu,
thank you so much. Just before my colleague takes over, I just wanted to highlight quickly, maybe that will add to the question that Benga also has in mind. We just looked at Section 40 of the Nigerian Constitution, which says everyone has a freedom. And you said that shouldn't be looked at from that angle. It shouldn't be interpreted that way. And I think your point is also highlighted based on the civil servant code of conduct, which also says a civil servant who has public office must maintain political neutrality. Civil servants are required to remain politically neutral, meaning they cannot hold office in political organizations, run for elected positions, or publicly support or oppose political parties or candidates. Don't you think it's the law that
Yeah, perhaps,
or is it not
just 1 minute.
servant?
Perhaps you didn't hear me when I was talking. I said there's a difference between a career officer who is a civil servant and a public official. It's not the same thing. Let's get that clear. So when people are making comments, it's either they're ignorant of such position. And the gentleman is talking, has delved into so many things that are not even relevant to our discussion. And honestly, I am surprised that you couldn't bring him to order. We are not here to discuss Ashwaju, credential or whatever. You understand? There is a subject matter of discussion. How can you say that government institution is being used to raise money? Where has that happened? And can I also ask this? In year 2023, Bola Tinubu raised funds. Was Zacch Adedeji part of it? Don't we know how Nigerians that have money? We do know. So I don't see why Zacch Adedeji is... and he was talking about... he was talking about investment. An investor can choose where he wants to go and do his investment. But I don't think investors, who say they don't want to come to Nigeria because somebody who is a tax collector, is a member of a political party.
But morally speaking, and the lines being blurred.
What is moral?
Okay.
Just 1 minute. What is moral? If you must even define that.
Just
what
before
is
you
morality?
answer, in response to that, there's something called conflict of interest. And we see that even in law, where if a defendant feels that the judge is biased in some measure, maybe the judge is related to the petitioner of some sort, you can actually apply for the judge to recuse himself from the case because there is a conflict of interest. And even as lawyers know that if there's a conflict of interest in certain matters, you can apply to, step aside from the case. In this case, in the interest of fairness, in the interest of giving everyone a level playing field, the perspective is that there is a conflict of interest in that you are in charge of revenue, at the same time you're in charge of fundraising. So that is where the conflict of interest angle comes into the conversation, that there might be people on the outside. Nobody is there really. Nobody can say, oh, truly, he's not using Nigeria's money. But you want to be able to say, it said that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. You want to be able to say, look, there's nothing you can use to pin me on from the outside, especially because we're in a heated political season. Anyway.
Now, away from Mr. Zacch Adedeji for a bit, I mean, let's talk about the one that affects lives of Nigerians and Nigeria's security. General Christopher Godwin Musa retired. The current Minister of Defense was also nominated into the APC Campaign Council. Nigeria, as we speak, according to Global Terrorism Index, is the 4th most terrorized country in the world. Just last week, in Borgu local government area of Niger State, over 100 Nigerians were kidnapped. Their whereabouts are still unknown. They're asking for ransom payment. So terrorism and insecurity is a clear and present danger in Nigeria as we speak. And the Minister of Defense is saying his appointment into the council will not affect his official duties. Can Nigeria afford to have a defense minister that is not focused 100% on his job and is working, doing campaign council duties at the same time when Nigerians are being terrorized?
You see, the challenge I have with you is that you bring issues, you know.
No, these are legitimate
No, just wait. You can say the Minister of Defense is in a committee. Let's leave it at that. Why do you think
context matters also?
Why do you think he's been a member of an ad hoc committee will affect his job?
Divided attention.
Just leave that. Are you saying the Minister of Defense does not have other things taking his attention? Apart from the fact that he's a Minister of Defense?
He's an appointee of the Nigerian government, and Nigerians demand 100% concentration on his job because it's a life and death.
Can I tell you this? There is no 100% concentration anywhere.
All right.
If you say that, you are deceiving yourself. Are you saying if I'm not a commissioner, I don't have any percentage of my life, of my time for myself? That you think, let nobody tell us that he's putting 100% into anybody's job. No.
Do you think Nigeria can afford? Nigeria is not Switzerland. It's not a land flowing in peace, milk, tranquility, and honey. Can we afford to allow our defense minister engage in other duties while Nigerians are living in apprehension, in a state of insecurity?
Thank you. Like I've already said, Nigerians' opinion will differ on this. And I do not think that, in the first place, even the campaign project has not even started anyway. So there's no way anybody will say we're expressing this because the Minister of Defense is, a member of a campaign group. But it's quite unfortunate that all of this continue to happen because I can imagine the trauma, this will be going through. We as Nigerians, we need to play our roles, and we will expect that the government will not rest on their oars, and the government will continue to put in place, strategies that will enable us, to contend with all of this. It's something that has been in there for a very long time, and I know that's going to take some time to get around it. But the fact remains that no one expects the government, to sleep over it. More efforts must be made to ensure that this act of terrorism and banditry, is brought down, if not eliminated. But surely it's going to take some time.
So I think just to follow up with what my colleague had asked you, do you think that Nigeria is overwhelmed with the challenge against insecurity? You say something that didn't begin today. Is it overwhelmed?
It's clear that we have the problems.
So if you say that we are overwhelmed, if someone who's supposed to be committed mainly to helping fight insecurity is then given an extra responsibility, does that not look like we're shifting focus where focus should not be?
I don't think so. The security strategy is in place, and it's not the Minister of Defense that implements it. That's the truth. There are structures all over the place. At the local government level, you have some security structures. At the ward level, you have. At the state level, you have. So how can
the optics of it, does it look good?
What is the issue with it? Does its membership of that committee vitiate the strategic, policies put in place to address security issues? That is the question. Those who are against
it,
he
has the
address.
same 24 hours in a day as all human beings. So if he's focused on another assignment, how would he give it the 100%?
I have said earlier,
it's required.
Every one of us is in one position of responsibility or the other. But does that stop you from managing your family? Does that stop you from attending to other issues?
Well, if my job as a presenter,
you only need to
if I've committed to 3 hours of Breakfast Central,
yes,
and I've taken up another responsibility
at that
same time, it would affect the quality of the work I'm putting in here.
Beyond that, using Breakfast Central and that is apples and oranges, we are private individuals, singular citizens that have families. We're talking about people that are in charge of making policies, creating strategy and implementation of set strategy for millions of Nigerians. Yes. So it's a different set of...
And then the angle Mr. Kalu brought in, the level playing field, because the opposition, they don't have any members in the current government, so you can use state resources to your own advantage, and that is where we say the lines blood.
Can I tell you this?
And intelligence and information.
Just 1 minute. Whether Zacch Adedeji is in that committee or not, if the advantage of being in government is to be used, it will still be used. And that is applicable to any government in position. Don't let us, look at all this as strange. If PDP is in government today, are you telling me that their networks, their goodwill will not impact on what their party is doing? Where you have PDP at the state level, are you saying that what the government is doing there will not impact, the party who is in charge of the state will not impact? These are issues that I don't think should really take our attention necessarily.
Okay.
What is important for me, like I said earlier, Adede is on the spot now. We should now wait for those who think, the government facilities is going to be used. Let us now wait. Let the Premier Council begin its job, and let us now monitor them, and let us now come back or to expose them that, sorry, we gave assurances that this will not happen. It is not happening. But all we are saying is in conjecture of assumptions.
Okay.
That's my position.
Well, I think this debate will continue because a cross-section of Nigerians will still not agree with the APC.
Why some will agree?
Looking at, of course, everyone has supporters. Some will agree. Some will say there's nothing wrong. But the major thing is, what does the Constitution and the law say? Does it permit? Does it not permit? At the end of the day, we'll still have to come back. Maybe in the future, if another party does the same.
I'm saying it categorically.
Yeah.
That there's no law. Even the code of conduct the gentleman is quoting. You can be a lawyer. You may choose to reference whatever pleases you. Take, for example, recently they said EFCC, for whatever reasons, froze Osun State government. Was it Osun government's account?
Yes.
Some people started criticizing it. Then Famano came and said, the EFCC has not done anything wrong. That by the virtue of the status of EFCC, EFCC has the right to do what it did for 72 hours. So if a lawyer now comes here, why do you not take that lawyer serious as if he knows what he's saying?
Okay. That's his opinion.
Yes, I'm also telling you that the opinion of a lawyer is not sacrosanct because there are hundreds of lawyers who have different opinions.
So then again, the law now becomes a challenge. But just to mention, a lot of persons, whether you like it or not, I think they become ambivalent in terms of the decision made by the APC. It's looking neither here nor there. But if you look at former governors as well, also added, you have former Governor Joshua Dariye, of course, and then you have another former governor of Taraba State, also added to the list, who had served terms, and then they were eventually released. They got their freedom, let's use it that way, by former late President Muhammadu Buhari. And people are looking at the names. The names seem to be strange birds or birds with, fellows with crimes that have been committed. We cannot.
What is your business in that? What is, you see?
I'm asking you a question.
Listen, can I tell you this?
In a negative
Can I tell you
light?
this?
No, it's not. I'm just asking you.
Majority of those who are complaining about APC's list, they are politicians in other parties. So I don't even know what to expect from them. Just 1 minute. The point remains, this is my party.
Okay.
The choice of who I engage in ensuring success for my party should not be anybody's.
But don't you see a level of hypocrisy and lip service to the fight against corruption?
Just 1 minute.
Endorsing.
Just 1 minute. There's no hypocrisy there. I think you are the one being hypocritical.
No, because the APC says it's fighting corruption.
Joshua, that you are talking about, you have said it. I've been pardoned at some point, which is legal, which is universal. There are universal ways of pardoning.
Even former Taraba governor,
So, at this moment, officially, these people have been punished at some point and have been pardoned. Before they were pardoned, they were subjected to some penalties and punishments. Were they not? So if they have been pardoned, why should I not worry anybody? You want them to be punished perpetually.
Just to wrap it up from my end,
yes, please.
Is it true that the list has been revoked by the presidency? They're looking at it again.
Yes, because the president and some members felt that there are people who have more political experience in this issue of campaign that were left.
So Mr. Bash, I'm not trying to preempt what Mr. President is going to do, but if it happens that the names of the individuals we've questioned on this program today are removed, would your position remain the same?
My position will remain the same.
Okay.
My own position will remain the same, and that's the honest truth. I don't see the conflict.
So does the APC have a right to say that they are really fighting corruption when they keep appointing and rewarding people that have been fingered in corruption cases, some that have not even been charged to court and have not served their full punishment? Removal from office, I don't think is punishment.
That's your own view. If you say removal from office is not a punishment, what is that? No, what is it?
I don't want us to go back to this.
No.
But that's a political decision. That's the party's
It's not a political decision.
That's the party's decision.
It's not a party's decision.
What does the law say?
Please,
Okay,
what
committed a crime against the state?
When this issue came up, there are a lot of people who don't even believe that Ashiwaju can take the lady out of office. And there were different comments and all that. This lady was removed. That's the height of punishment as far as political decision is concerned. The other one is left with the law agencies. Is it Tinubu that would go and tell them that this is what you should do? Is it Tinubu that is in charge of the courts? Has the court said they have been left off the hook? Do you not say because you are not hearing about the case has ended? No. And that's why I said...
This individual does not have immunity.
Come again?
This individual does not have immunity. Or is there any immunity?
If they have immunity, would they be taken to court?
That's what I'm saying.
They won't be taken to court. Now, so the issue of immunity doesn't come there. It's only the government, it's only the president that has immunity.
So it boils down to the same thing, that since the individual does not have an immunity,
yes.
Don't you think that if it's an organization, they can say you do not have immunity, therefore we would want you to go and face the law completely.
Clear your
Until
name.
you are cleared, then you can
Listen,
come back.
Better Edu has been removed from office. And like you said, if anybody does anything here, you'll be asked to go and clear yourself. So Better Edu has been told to go and clear herself. You understand? And that is why they have removed her from office. Okay. But that does not stop her membership of her party, which is APC. And that cannot stop the party if the party knows that she has the capacity and competence to mobilize voters. Would you say because he has offended at some point and he has been punished for it, then he should continue to suffer, such a punishment? No. Well, I think the party has the right to choose who runs its activities like every other party. Let the other parties to go and put up their own structure. If they like, do you want to tell me that there's any party that does not have people who you may want to say of whatever character? So why the concentration of APC?
Yes.
And the gentleman was saying people should look at it. APC will win the election that is coming.
Well, there are parties.
They'll win.
They will win.
Well, there are parties that don't have questionable character, and
tell me the parties.
Boots Party.
Anyway, we need to go.
I don't even know about both parties. I don't know their members.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bash.
Thank you so much, Mr.